Hi, guys. Welcome to Parawoman Radio. I'm Amy. Are the paranormal videos you see on the internet actually real? And if they aren't real, why would someone go through the trouble of taking them? Is it all just for the sake of money or views? Tonight on Highly Strange Days, Shannon and I will be diving into the world of paranormal videos, dissecting them and categorizing them as fake, real, or muggle. So grab your popcorn and get ready for a spooky ride through the realm of the unexplained or explained on this episode of Parawoman Radio, or on this episode of Highly Strange Days on the Parawoman Radio Network. I'm going to roll some credits. Shout out to our replay crew and my dragonflies. Have you ever caught a paranormal video? Hey guys, welcome to Highly Strange Days. I'm Amy.
And I'm Shannon.
My neighbor Jennifer sits all
Hey guys, welcome to Highly Strange Days. I'm Amy.
And I'm Shannon.
She dreams of flying up to the moon. And she thinks it's the perfect night for dreaming and make believing.
I think it's a perfect night to get down to the bottom of things and see if anything's real or fake, or, sometimes those things are just like an actual person. So with me on this paranormal joyride, I have Shannon.
Yay! Hi, Amy. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Shannon. You don't have an avatar tonight, huh?
Yeah, apparently when you clear your cache and cookies, all that goes away. And I just now noticed that I don't have an avatar. So I'll have to re-edit.
Okay. Okay. So what do you think about these paranormal videos? Because I started thinking about it when we were watching the Sash, and she was like, oh, I don't believe any of those videos. And I'm like, well, some of them gotta be true, right?
Chad loves on a weekend to open up YouTube on our TV, and he goes looking for those kind of things. And we'll just sit and watch them for hours. And some of them I'm like, no, that was a string attached to that or something like that. But there have been some that I thought, I don't think you can fake that. Those are pretty intense.
Yeah. And why do you think people would want to fake it? For money? Views?
Yeah, probably. There are some videos that, like, we watch something called Nuke's Top 5 a lot, and he goes and looks for videos on the internet and then posts them that other people have made. And sometimes he'll tell us this video was posted by someone that does not have any other paranormal videos up whatsoever.
Yeah, I noticed that. And I do appreciate when he gives a little backstory on, like, this person just has a normal account and this just appeared.
Yeah. So those I tend to, prize a little higher, I guess.
I do follow somebody over on TikTok. She lives in the French Quarter and she has a haunted mansion, or I think it's called the Haunted French Quarter or something like that. And I think I do believe in the paranormal. So I do believe her videos, but some of the videos, yeah, you see the strings or you're like, there's just no way. There's just no way. Or the apparition is just too solid. You're like, that's a real person.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I take it by case basis, I guess.
I do too. So I thought it would be fun today if because I'm still not feeling the best. I thought it would be fun just to have like a fun show where we just look at videos, and if we think there's three of them, we can say real, fake, or muggle, because muggle, is just it's just a person got caught on, like it's a person's shadow or something, you know what I mean? So I thought we would do those three things, and
Okay, so like fake is like when they're trying to make it for they're really faking it out, and
yeah,
then muggle is just they thought it was a ghost, but it was really a person.
yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
got it.
All right. Let me get my screen together.
I'm so excited.
I love doing these kinds of things.
Me
Uh,
too.
okay.
Oh, and while you're getting everything set up, every Sunday that we do this, I always think I'm gonna record myself singing and playing one of my late husband Mike's songs for
Mhm.
for an intro if you want it,
Yeah.
because as his widow, I have the rights to all his original songs, and there is one that I play, but I never do it, so I'm gonna have to crack down and do that. That would be
You
fun.
should, because we need, like, I've been looking for a good opening for our opening and closing for our show. So that would be perfect, because a lot of times people say, Amy, is that you singing? And I only wish. I only wish.
Oh, I know. Serena is so pretty. She has such a pretty voice.
Yeah. Okay, and plus I can't sing at all. So I was looking at us on Reddit, and this person says, "Is there a subreddit where paranormal viral videos are explained slash debunked?" And then I went down that rabbit hole, and then on the next Reddit, I found this that, and I haven't looked at any. I haven't pre-looked at any. Well, I pre-looked at one of the ones that we're going to watch tonight, but the other ones, I want it to be a surprise for me too. Maybe if we do these again, I'll have someone pick out the videos for us to look at, and so that it'll be a surprise for both of us.
Oh,
But
fun. Yes.
yeah, so this person says mysterious earth sounds reported. Is that up on screen? Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Mysterious earth sounds reported in northern Germany. Anyone heard of this? And they said, "Hi everyone. I recently found a short TV news report from Germany showing what seems to be a strange low frequency hum, a kind of deep sound apparently coming from underground in a rural area in northern Germany." So here's the video, but English subtitles are available. The report seems sincere, and the video was not released on April 1st, in case anyone wonders. What's odd is that I can barely find any other references to this online. Not many articles, follow ups, or discussions, not even on German forums. Has anyone heard about this before or come across a similar case? I'd be really curious to know if this ties into any broader patterns or if it's an isolated event. So, have you ever heard of anything like this?
Oh, yes. I've seen um, maybe a documentary or some sort of conglomeration of videos of Earth sounds like this. In fact, I believe there's one in Windsor, Ontario, right across the Detroit River from Detroit for our viewers that might not know that. And I believe that it's coming from the Ambassador Bridge that
Oh,
that leads that leads from Detroit to Windsor. But it could be, yeah. There's I've heard of a lot of Russia. There's like in the backwoods of Russia. There's a lot of yeah.
yeah. I've heard of hums too. And is even out in space, they're supposed to be when you go into one part of the moon. Isn't it supposed to be like a deep hum or something back in there too?
I have never heard of that.
Oh,
Crazy.
am I making that up in my mind? I don't know. I could be, but I feel like when you go out of the orbit where you like when you go behind the moon and you can't see the spaceship anymore, I've heard there's a hum like in deep space back there, but maybe I don't know. But okay, so and I haven't. This isn't one that I pre-watched, so
Okay, cool.
Merkwürdig. Sieht aus wie eine ganz normale Wiese, hört sich aber nicht so an. Für Eigentümerin
Okay,
Sarah
but
Meyer ein
where are
Rätsel.
the English
Die
subtitles? I thought it said it was English.
Musik muss natürlich aus, sonst hört man es nicht. Da war's. Da wieder.
Im Sommer oder bei wärmeren Temperaturen ist es deutlich stärker, sowohl von der Intensität als auch von der Häufigkeit her.
Okay, there's not English subtitles though, even.
There isn't. I
Okay.
mean, we could still listen to it.
Let me see if I can quickly find a video that has the hum. And wasn't there a whole series about the hum? Like, isn't there? Because I watched a movie recently about this woman could hear a hum that nobody else in her family could hear, and then there was a whole group of people that could hear the hum, and like it was like just a whole thing. But apparently, it was based off a true story that there is a hum that only 2% of the people in the world can hear.
That's a possibility. When you lose hearing, you lose it on the ends, like the high notes and the low notes, and then it gets narrower and narrower until you can't hear. So I would think that there would be some sort of noise that's at some sort of decibel level that only a few people can hear.
Yeah, here's an article, The Unexplained Noise 2% of People Can Hear. Some describe it as sounding like an engine idling just outside of the house. But how do you know if it's tinnitus or if it's the hum? Because I've got tinnitus right now because I'm going through what I'm going through. And I hear a hum all the time right now.
Yeah, I have pulsatile tinnitus. So it goes in time with my heart. And
Yeah.
it makes all kinds of sounds. Like sometimes it sounds like a bell. Sometimes it sounds like a hum or a growl even. It's weird. But I know I know the difference because it's pulsatile. So I can, it just pulses. So
Yeah.
that's how I know it's tinnitus.
Yeah, I guess I know it's tinnitus because it comes and goes for me. I don't always hear it. So, but okay, let's see if maybe we can hear it. Let me see. I can't even like gauge where in this news report they're gonna.
Meyer ist damit groß geworden wie Generation.
Let me see. Did it say that it was in English? See, here's the video, German, but English subtitles are available.
Is it in the transcript? Oh.
I don't know. Like I thought if they had them as English available when you click it. Maybe in the settings.
Meine Mutter
Hold
ist
on.
jetzt
Let me go into the settings and see if they're in there. Auto translate.
Okay.
There. All right.
Merkwürdig. Sieht aus wie eine ganz normale Wiese. Hört sich aber nicht so an. Für Eigentümerin Sarah Meyer ein Rätsel. Die Musik muss natürlich aus, sonst hört man es nicht.
So if you're listening to this in a podcast format, he's saying that the music must be off for them to be able to hear this hum.
Da war's. Da wieder.
Im Sommer oder bei wärmeren Temperaturen ist es deutlich stärker, sowohl von der Intensität als auch von der Häufigkeit her. Und deswegen lässt es uns laienhaft quasi vermuten, dass es irgendwas
The girlfriend is saying that in the summer it's much louder, which makes them think that it has to do with heat and expansion and pure physics. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm not a scientist, so it sounds reasonable to me.
Hmm.
mit Wärme, Ausdehnung, ja, reine Physik halt, irgendwas zu tun hat. Aber was genau es ist, wissen wir nicht.
Eine Gefahr im Boden? Nochmal die Musik aus.
Es hat mich all die Jahre nicht nervös gemacht, weil man hat es so hingenommen. Aber jetzt, wenn man überlegt, dass hier eine Gasleitung mit 1,40 Meter Durchmesser langläuft
She
mit
says that it never really made her that nervous, but now she's feeling nervous because supposedly there's a gas line that runs below them, and they're worried that it could possibly even be a gas line, which that would make me extremely nervous as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
über 2,8 Millionen Kubikmeter Gas pro Stunde Durchlauf. Dann
What I don't understand is, are they, when they do the little silence there, is that what we're supposed to be listening for? You know?
Yeah, I think that whoosh noise.
Oh, see, because I've got my tinnitus is so loud I can't hear it. I'm such an old woman. My tinnitus is so loud I can't hear it.
Too many concerts, Amy. Too many loud rock concerts.
ist das nervös, da wir nur 500 Meter entfernt wohnen.
Der Hof der Meyers gefährlich nah am Wummern. Thorsten Meyer ist damit groß geworden wie Generationen vor ihm.
Meine Mutter wird 78. Meine Mutter hat früh ihre Eltern verloren. Ihr Vater ist, glaube ich, mit 55 Jahren gestorben und selbst der kannte das schon. Es war eigentlich immer da.
Und nun will das Unternehmen Gas Uni dort eine Gasleitung verlegen, genau unter der Wiese der
my
Meyers,
gosh.
genau durch das.
So this seems to be something generational, and they're saying that even the parents and the grandparents knew about this rumbling, and now the gas company literally wants to put a line down there.
I'd be getting on the horn with the gas company and telling them, look, it might
down there. Something's rumbling down there. You really
it might be, what is it, tectonic plates?
Tectonic plates? What's that?
You know, the things that like move around during an earthquake, right?
Oh. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I've never heard of them. Which makes me feel like they're tectonic plates that move around in the ground.
You know, whenever there's an earthquake, it's the plates underground that are moving, the different layers of earth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So maybe it's an earthquake.
Oh, maybe. I didn't know that that's what was happening when earthquakes happened. Maybe.
Yeah.
I probably did know that, but I probably, I don't know, in and out.
Ein Risiko? Schriftlich teilt das Unternehmen mit.
Das von Frau Meyer geschilderte akustische Symptom haben wir auch beobachtet. Im Rahmen der Baugrunduntersuchungen haben wir im Nahbereich geotechnische Aufschlussbohrungen.
Okay, we don't know what that's saying. So let's see if we can hear the whoosh now. It looks like they've got the microphone to the ground.
Kennt die Böden hier am besten. Ein Sprecher erklärt schriftlich.
Aus den dem Elbeck vorliegenden Bodendaten lässt sich keine besondere
Sie haben nicht genau auf der Wiese gebohrt. Wer weiß, was man da unten findet? Eine geheime Bergbauapparatur vielleicht? Bestien, die im Dunkeln ihr Unwesen treiben? Oder tektonische Risse
They
brodeln?
just said tectonic cracks.
Da Vulkanismus. Naja, das Landesamt für Bergbau, Energie und Geologie, Elbeck, kennt die Böden hier am besten. Ein Sprecher erklärt schriftlich.
Aus den dem
So what
Elbeck.
do you think? What are you going to rate this as? Real, muggle, or paranormal?
I'm going to say muggle because I really think it's the tectonic plates. Or, I mean, it could be like a little monster under the ground like they were showing, but I'm pretty sure it's the tectonic plates.
Yeah, I wish it was the monster, but yeah, I think it's the tectonic plates, and I'm going to go muggle too. But I wish it was the little monster. Hi, Dana. Hey guys, tonight we're coming to you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to give us some of that DNA love and helps us dance out into the algorithm, party out there, bring more people back. It's just a free way to help us out, and it's really, really appreciated. So this is one that I listened to and I thought was very interesting, and I was like, we're including this. So this is kind of like a glitch in the Matrix type story, but it's very interesting. And I want you to tell me, I want all of you guys to tell us if you think that this person is making this up or if did this really happen. So here we go.
That this glitch in the Matrix is like 30 something years in the making. And it all started with a boy named Steve.
I start preschool when I'm 3 years old. I go to preschool. There's this boy in my class named Steve. We're in the same class in kindergarten, first, and second grade, but something happens in second grade, okay? In second grade, my family moved from New York to Michigan. We moved away. I was a new kid in second grade. I start my new class. A couple months later, in my new second grade class in a new state, my teacher says, hey kids, we're getting a new kid. Steve comes walking in. I'm like, weird, Steve. Did your family move here too? He's like, yep, sure did. Weird. So in second, third, and fourth grade, we're in the same class. In fifth grade, my parents switched houses in the same town that we lived in, but it was a big city, so we had to switch schools again. Thanks for that, Mom and Dad. So I'm a new kid, right? In fifth grade, starting on the first day, and my teacher's like, hey, there's another kid who also went to your old school. He's in the other class. Guess who it is? It's Steve.
Alana Jo spent a lot of her young life kind of moving all over the place, different schools, different states, different cities. And somehow, no matter where she went, another child the same age as her followed her everywhere.
What do you think? Do you think it's possible that everywhere she's been for the last 30 years or 40 years, another person has followed her unexpectedly?
This is a hard one.
We're going to listen to more. But
okay, good.
Put that in your mind.
I'm going to reserve judgment then. But first, can I just say I am here for that lipstick on the content creator.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah, that's awesome lipstick.
Yeah.
We moved back to New York, to a different town than we originally lived in. So it's like November, I moved there. In May of that year, our teacher's like, hey, we have a new kid shadowing. He's also from Michigan, where you just came from.
Oh, I also want to say, I also have a theory about Michigan, because I think you can connect everything weird in the world back to Michigan, kind of like, is it the 6 degrees or 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon? I have that same theory about Michigan, because here we're back to Michigan.
Who it is? It's freaking Steve. It's Steve again. We go off to college. In 2004, I'm studying abroad my junior year in Madrid. It was 2004, so the Yankees and the Red Sox World Series thing was happening. There was a sports bar in Madrid that aired all of the games for Americans. I had my bucket of Corona in front of me because, of course, Americans. And in walks Steve to this bar. Steve came into this bar to also watch the Yankees and the Red Sox. He wasn't studying abroad in Madrid. He was studying abroad in London, right? Weird. He ended up at the same bar. In December of that same year, my friends and I who were studying in Madrid decided to go to Prague to see Prague at Christmas time. We're supposed to go on a pub crawl. We missed that pub crawl. We decided to go on our own pub crawl. We end up in a random Irish pub in the middle of Prague. Who's there? Who's there sitting at a table? Steve. Steve sitting at a table.
What do you think? There's Steve. Have you ever in your life had an instance where you just always run into the same people over and over again?
No, and this is creepy. I believe her. Either she's a really good actress, which is possible, but she seems earnest enough that I believe what she's saying. So right now I'm going with it's either real or muggle, because I don't think she's making it up. But again, reserving judgment.
Okay. She goes on. There's more.
Okay.
He also went to Prague at Christmas time, and we happened to be at the same bar at the same time. Now, this morning, I'm in the copy room at work. I have a coworker who's talking about her fiance. I'm not friends with this girl. I barely know this girl. She mentions, oh, my fiance's Steve. And I go, excuse me, what's your fiance's last name? I felt like Brad Pitt with the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's his last name? Guess who it is? It's Steve. It's the same Steve. What does it mean?
Okay, so that's pretty.
What do you think that means? If it's true, what would that type of situation mean?
Well, I could make up excuses for her early years where, he was following her to school and what have you, not necessarily following her, but like, what if, hear me out, what if one of her parents was having an affair with one of his parents?
That's what I thought too in the beginning, but I see I've seen the whole story. And so that's what I thought. I thought like, well, what if like, Steve is really her brother or something like that, like that's what I was thinking, but
Yeah. But then I think that doesn't explain why he's in her life, popping up in her life through her adult years
yeah,
where
like
she's doing whatever.
with a
Yeah.
coworker, a fiance of a coworker, that's pretty random. So,
Yes. Yeah.
all right, let's go on.
Creepy, right? And I watched this video, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, whoa, that is an insane amount of coincidences, all with one guy that you just happen to know from elementary school, and you're still finding each other in your 30s. TikTok goes crazy over this video. I think it was originally posted back in like October. People went nuts. Everyone is like, you're like meant to be together, like you're soulmates, or he's stalking you. Like,
I mean, it's like, why isn't she with him if at every turn there's Steve? It's crazy in a way.
I mean, that would honestly eventually scare me.
Yeah, like what is going on?
Oh, and by the way, her nails match her lipstick. That is like my favorite shade. So I'm like,
her makeup is perfection. I'm pretty sure it's a wig she has on is super cute. Her eyebrows are good. She's got that glow. She just looks really good.
She does. She really does.
And it's my first time ever seeing her, so.
This is the universe, or there is something very sinister happening here. There was no in between. Alana makes many follow-ups to this, and I think the most prominent question that kept getting asked was, how does he feel about this? Like, have you guys talked about it? Have either of you acknowledged?
That's what I wondered too. I was like thinking, well, what does Steve say? Does he think it's weird that he's popping up everywhere?
Acknowledge the fact that you keep running into each other decade after decade after decade. She says that yes, he has acknowledged this. They both have talked about how weird it is, but she actually posted this video having a conversation with Steve in which he told her about one run-in he had with her that she didn't even know about.
This portion blew my mind. It reads, "Seeing your original video was pretty entertaining. I've told that story various times and am usually met with a healthy dose of skepticism. Here's an element that either never made it to you or you forgot to add in. Just before the pandemic, I was traveling through New York City and had a layover in JFK, which I spent in the Delta Lounge. While I was in there, I bumped into, there's a name written here, she was a mutual classmate, a friend of mine, and she shared that you had just left for your gate 20 minutes before I arrived. I thought about seeking you out at the gate to add to the list of chance encounters, but decided against it because I trust that had the universe wanted us to meet that day, we would have."
It's like this guy is all
okay. So she goes on to talk about more, but it's not Steve stuff. She's also got a weird bird thing that happens in her life where blue jays seem to impale themselves on her vehicle. She's had that happen 2 or 3 times. And then she also had where her grandfather and her used to watch Saturday morning cartoons all the time, and they loved the woodpecker one. And she always thought that Woody the woodpecker was a mythological creature. And her grandfather would tell her no, that the woodpecker truly does exist, but they could never see one outside. And then the week after he died, there was a woodpecker in her front yard, the first and only time, and she has a picture of it. And then the same thing happened with the eagle. Her and her dad loved eagles or something, and they were always looking for an eagle, never could find one. He died, eagle showed up in her yard. So
I have a story about that. Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
So my Aunt Sharon, she lost my Uncle Bill about I think 5 months after I lost my late husband, Mike. And so, we've just, through the years, just been supporting each other. We're very close anyway, so that just enhanced our closeness. She went on vacation. What?
Is she the one I met?
That lives in Royal Oak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And so, she went to the conference in Saline. Okay. So, she was visiting friends in upstate New York, and they live on a lake. And there was an eagle that, like, every time she was out, he would come out and fly around her. And she's always been a big fan of birds. And Bill told her that he would come see her as birds or something like that. So she was like, Bill sent me an eagle, and I was like, I want an eagle. And she's like, well, tell Mike to send you an eagle. So that weekend I was going to Hillsdale to visit my family, and I got halfway there. I was on the back roads, and I was like, Mike, this is our anniversary. This would have been our anniversary. Can you send me an eagle? And I don't know, 2 minutes later, I happened to see movement outside my car, and I looked out the window, and next to me was an eagle flying, like keeping up with my car.
That's really neat.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, is that really an eagle? No, it's not a turkey buzzard. No, that's an eagle. And then I was excited about it, and then on the way home the next day, I was turning onto one of the main back roads. And as I was at a stop sign getting ready to turn onto it, and I glimpsed off to the side, and I had asked him to show me another eagle on the way home. And there was an eagle like swooping down over the field that was next to me. And this is in the fall, so it was, a barren field by that point. And then I turned because I had free. It was free for me to turn, and it came and landed in the middle of the street, like in the crossroads where I was starting at, and it just sat there looking at me as I drove off.
Were you like, show off? Show off.
No, because I asked him for it.
I know, and he was showing off. Like, not only did he send you one, he sent you one in front of you. Yeah, Hillsdale is the only place I've ever seen an actual eagle free out in the wild. So that's really awesome that he sent you one.
Two.
Two. Okay, so what do you think this story? Do you think it's real, fake, or muggle?
I mean, I think it really happened.
Yeah.
Whether it's paranormal.
But what is paranormal? Not of the norm, and it's not normal to run into a person over and over and over again. I will say though, Ian, my ex-husband, there was a woman when I don't know where we went all the way up into the UP, and we were all the way up in the UP out in the middle of nowhere, and we ran into this woman, and he was like, he was shocked. He was shocked. And then when she left, he's like, I ran into that woman in the weirdest places. It's pretty weird.
That is weird.
I think he said he ran into her in Florida or out in California once, and he was just like, really like, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, but I don't know.
That's just weird. I mean, I guess I would have to, I don't think we have enough information to fully declare what it is, but yeah, I guess it would be real, paranormal.
Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. We're gonna go in and look at a few of this channel. So Nuke's top 5. I thought we would just choose one randomly and decide.
Okay.
Let me see if he's got
some Nuke's top 5.
No timestamps, so let me see. Okay. Oh yeah, I saw this one the other day.
I
Have you seen this one?
have. It's creepy.
Do you want to do this one or do you want to do a different one?
We can do this one.
Okay.
Move around the house with a mind of its own.
Gabe, come here.
See, now that could be the airflow from them moving towards it.
Yeah, and even with your body heat, it puts off a certain I would think it would like interact with helium in a certain way,
Yes.
Keeps going down to the basement.
Inexplicably, the balloon often just seems to head directly toward their basement door.
Oh my God, we had that kitchen table when I was growing up. We had that with the same chairs and everything. Sorry.
I missed it. I didn't see the table. I've got to pop it back. Oh, that's super cute too. I wish I had that table now.
Probably worth something.
Yeah, probably.
Keeps going down to the basement.
Inexplicably, the balloon often just seems to head directly toward their basement door.
Literally stopped at the basement door again.
Weirdly,
Now,
Ray says
I wonder if it stopped at the basement door because is there some kind of air sucking through the bottom of the basement door?
I was wondering exactly that. Or maybe the air return is near there and the air return creates, energy that pushes it in that direction.
Yeah, it is super creepy though.
It is
the
creepy.
balloon will only enter the basement door if her son follows after it.
Now, this is new to me. I saw the one where he was walking upstairs, but I haven't seen this one.
I haven't seen this one either. It was going up the stairs.
So the obvious thought here is, well, it's just a balloon caught in a draft and doing balloon stuff. But things get even weirder, because it seems the creepy Elmo balloon isn't content to only roam the downstairs. One night, the family dogs start going nuts, and Ray goes to investigate. What she finds chills her to her core.
Okay, yeah, this is what I've seen.
Gabe.
Quiet. Quiet.
I mean, I don't think I'd keep that Elmo thing around.
No. And it even looks
Like it's
well, I guess
walking
it's only
the steps.
yeah. Why did they turn the light off?
I don't know.
So we can.
So now the obvious question is, why doesn't she just pop the balloon, throw it in the
Yes.
trash, and be done? But Ray says that her son is very attached to the balloon and refuses to let them take it away. So the creepy Elmo
all the
balloons-
reason that I'd pop
Oh yeah.
disappear when he went to bed. Or, I had the most scariest incident with a balloon. I think I got balloons for my birthday or something. And I don't know why. I was at my mom's house in Troy, and they must have been up north or on vacation or something, because I was there alone and it was the middle of the night, and all of a sudden I started hearing balloons, and they would like and you know those vertical blinds that go over doorways, like sliding glass doors, and so they make those little noises. They're vertical, and when they hit each other, they make that noise. Well, someone
Yes.
was hitting the balloon, and then the balloon was hitting the blinds, and it sounded like someone was trying to come in through the blinds. And I woke up from a dead sleep, and I just remember laying there listening to it, just sweating. Like, I didn't know what to do. This was before cell phones. So I didn't have a phone right next to me, and I had to sum up every ounce of courage I had to get up and go out there and see what was doing it, because it was not stopping. Somehow the balloons had got caught in the ceiling fan, and it was getting batted around the fan and into the blinds. I was like, oh my God, it was the scariest moment of my life.
We had when I was dating someone, and we had a foster daughter, and it was her second birthday, I believe. Second birthday, and she was obsessed with SpongeBob. So everything was SpongeBob, and we had a very large balloon that was SpongeBob, like this, and it would peek around corners, Amy.
Oh gosh.
Like, not like the whole balloon, but just like its head peeking around corners. And then our foster daughter would be like, "No, SpongeBob, no!" So we got rid of that thing.
Yeah, that thing would have to go, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Real, muggle, or fake?
I think it's fake. And the reason why I think it's fake is from the stair scene. Why would they turn the light off? If they're scared, you wouldn't turn the light off. You would turn the light on. So I think they were turning the light off so you wouldn't see whatever they were doing that was causing that balloon to come up to the top of the steps. A string, I don't know, what have you. But
yeah, I think it's fake too, because fake or muggle, because drafts can pull those balloons in an instant, but yeah, why would you shut off the light right at the end?
Yeah.
That's weird.
When you're scared, you turn on lights.
Yeah.
You don't turn off lights.
Okay. Let's look at one more, because I'm starting to fade a little bit. I'm not feeling very good. And thank you for being so patient with me on all of this.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So here is Depths of Despair. I'd never seen this channel before, but here are 10 scary ghost videos that will make your skin crawl.
A man named Valente works as a nurse in a hospital and says that many strange things have been happening inside the place.
Okay, right away, if that's the real guy, if this is the guy posting the video, I've got my doubts.
Right.
But okay.
From seeing doors open on their own to shadow figures lurking in the dark. Many of the nurses say they experience all kinds of things when they are alone at night in the hospital. The following video was actually sent to him by a female security guard who was doing the night shift alone, patrolling the hospital when something strange happened. Not sure what to make of it, she pulls her phone out and records this. A strange knocking sound can be heard on one of the glass doors, but as she goes over to check it out, it's clear that nobody is on the other side. The moment she turns around, the knocking comes back more aggressively, but once again, there's nobody there. They believe the strange paranormal events are due to the amount of people who have lost their lives in the hospital. But let me know what you think.
Okay, what do you think?
I think it's fake.
I think it doesn't give me enough because there's so much in that room that somebody could hide in, and the knock is so precise.
Yes. Also, there's the wall that contains the door with the window. There's wall parts on either side that you can't see behind, even when they come up to the window. So they could totally be on the other side of that wall part.
Yeah, there's just so many angles that you can't see. And there's the reflection there. Are you talking there could be someone here and someone here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's fake.
Yeah, I'm going to go with fake too because there's just too much that could be faked in this video.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's somebody playing a prank on them. Although I think hospitals can be very haunted because of all the death that happens there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there could be people hiding everywhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at a few more of these.
Okay.
But as she goes over to check, the moment she turns around. But let me know what you think. Occupied. The following video comes from a woman named Destiny Sanchez and was taken by her husband, who was installing a Wi-Fi system in an old house that was built in 1954. While alone in the house doing his work, he notices something disturbing that he just cannot explain. Watch closely.
There's nobody in here.
Somewhere close by, a faint voice can be heard whispering desperately for help.
Is it important that we know that the house was built in 1954? I mean,
that's not very old.
And it just seems like it could be I see a fan up here, a ceiling fan. Those things make noises that can sometimes.
I think it's him. I think he's making the noises.
You think he's making it?
Yeah.
He completes his installation and decides to contact the homeowner about the voice. When the woman says her daughter also complained about hearing a voice, saying the exact same things Destiny's husband captured. He believes something terrifying has happened here in the past, seeing as the house is quite old and must have a tragic history. Early shift.
That is not old, and that does not mean that it must have a tragic history.
No, these are the type of things that kind of irritate me about the paranormal, because I do believe in the paranormal, but not everything is paranormal. You've got to have like a reasonable mind about things.
Yes.
Here's another of the Nuke's top 5.
Top 10 ghosts caught on camera. Something in the sewer. Now, this next strange video was recorded for educational purposes by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities Department. The clips were actually filmed as an educational video for kids to show children what you can and can't flush down a toilet. The footage shows a robot camera being guided through a long sewer system.
That's perfect.
It appears normal until the camera approaches something very strange in the dark water.
Ew.
Something that almost looks like a small headless pale torso appears to be this
What do you think?
Can we see that little part again?
Something that almost looks like a small headless pale torso appears to be disturbed by the camera, and a creepy looking hand seems to reach out and attempt to grab at the lens. Now, I have no idea what this is, and neither does anyone at the Athens Public Utilities Department.
What do you think it is?
I mean, I don't think that it looks like a headless corpse, but that does look like a hand reaching out.
Looks like a
I
frog.
don't know.
Maybe it's a frog, like an animal of some sort.
Why are they filming so much of the sewer just to teach kids what not to put in the toilet?
I don't know. We do weird shit, don't we?
We do.
I think it's an animal, so I think it's Muggle.
You think it's Muggle?
Uh-huh.
I can see it being Muggle. Yeah.
Because I don't think they would fake it for kids.
I mean,
Like,
who would want to like hide
scary.
under sewer water?
Huh? Sorry, what?
Who would agree to hiding under sewer water? Ew.
Yeah, and who would want to scare the kids? Like, hey kids, isn't that scary? We got something scary in the sewers. Don't put anything down there because the scary thing in the sewers will eat it.
Or don't flush your alligators because they'll stay alive in the sewer and eat everyone.
Okay, let's take a look at one more. I like to watch this channel, Mind Junkie. Does Chad ever watch Mind Junkie?
I don't know. He's not here right now. Otherwise, I'd ask him.
Okay. So let's take a look at a few more, and then we'll wrap it up.
Reddit user TinyProfessor9680 recently uploaded a photo to our paranormal encounters, and Redditors have been left creeped out. The OP explains that a friend sent him the photo, which was taken in the English resort town Blackpool back in 2016. The OP says his friend was walking along the beach with his family when his mother took a photo of him and his younger brother. At first, it seemed like a nice family photo, but when the OP's friend looked at it more closely, he was horrified to discover something that shouldn't have been there. Can you see it?
No, what? What are we looking at?
Between the two boys.
Oh! These always scare me because I don't know what to think of it.
I mean, that could totally be a person. That is creepy.
Let's watch more. Let's see if there's
A creepy face can be seen staring right at the camera. No one noticed anything.
I mean, how could you like not notice that down at your feet? Like,
I mean, that's
at the
pretty
time,
close
and the
to
OP's
them.
friend still has no logical explanation for what this could be. As well, it was just his friend and his.
I mean,
I
these are
mean,
the things that I don't know. Like, how could it be real? But how could and why would someone like? I don't know.
I think it's fake.
You think it's fake?
His family. Yeah. The only thing he can think of is that this is a ghost.
I don't know.
I think that they just had someone pose.
It's definitely not Muggle. I mean, there's not a mistake that somebody's just happens to, hey guys, right in the middle of a photo. So
right.
It's got to be real or fake. So I don't know. I don't know. This is why would you do something like this fake to me?
Yeah.
Why do all this? But I don't know. What do you guys think out there in the audience? Do you think this is real or fake? When you see things like this, are you like, oh, that's fake for sure? I just want to believe the best in people, I think. And so it tears me up, makes my mind whirl.
Yeah.
And that's why he
I don't know. When I see things like this, I'm just like, yeah, that's fake.
didn't see it until he checked the photo. Redditors on the subreddit r paranormal encounters were left spooked by this photo, with one Redditor commenting, "This is actually the most disturbing picture I've seen since I started following."
That's the thing. It disturbs me. It's very disturbing to me. Like
It
maybe
is.
that's the point, that it's disturbing.
Yeah, it is disturbing. It looks like something's wrong with the mouth.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's stitched together.
With this sub, this one freaked me out. But is it a ghost? You tell me.
And also this down here, I know I've got let me take the closed captions off. The hands look weird too.
Oh, those are hands?
Or whatever that is.
I don't know.
Paws? I don't know. And it doesn't seem like it's like proportioned either. Like it's a huge ass head.
Yeah.
The Roten Hall Hotel in Cheshire, England, is a popular venue for weddings and events. However, a video uploaded to the hotel's YouTube channel has recently caught the attention of paranormal enthusiasts. In the video, a hotel employee is recording the ballroom, hoping to create a promotional video showing off the luxurious events venue. The camera accidentally captures something that the hotel didn't expect.
Oh, see, yeah, these kind of things are weird too. These are the ones this is why I threw in Muggle.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the person?
Something dark is caught on camera, but when the camera pans back, it's no longer there. Since uploading this video to YouTube, viewers speculate that this is a ghost.
Right here.
Oh.
And then when they pan back,
Caught on camera in Roten Hall Hotel. Well, they haven't mentioned anything
like where would they have went? But
about it. So whether or not this is something paranormal is up to you.
I would think it's Muggle because you can see the difference in color between her hair and her suit. Her hair is a lighter, almost a blonde brown compared to the suit. So I think it's a Muggle.
It's gonna show on us. Yeah, you can see the difference of the hair to the suit. I think it's Muggle too because you don't know what's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, they could have even went down and went this way.
Yeah.
Like, down and crawled, so yeah. Definitely Muggle or fake.
I want to say I'm going to go even further and say I think that's probably the manager of the banquet facility.
Yeah, it does look like a manager, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And here, this channel has top 7 scary ghost videos that are unexplainably terrifying. This will be our last one.
Okay.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Today we're diving into 7 unexplainably scary ghost videos. Number 1. A man named Abel was on the job installing Wi-Fi in an older house built in 1954. He was completely alone. No homeowners, no coworkers, just him in the quiet stillness of the empty home. But as he worked in one of the rooms, a faint whisper broke the silence. A chill ran down his spine. Quickly, he reached for his phone to record. Later on, he showed the video to his wife, Destiny, who posted it to TikTok looking for answers.
Wait a minute. This is the same guy.
Isn't that so weird that we got the same video?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that good of a video.
No, it wasn't.
Ugh. All right, let's go forward and see if we can get something else.
Photo fell to the floor, but as she stepped closer, the door. the sound of footsteps making contact.
Hold on. Let me see if they've got. This one doesn't have marks, so I can't.
Oh.
Let's go to this one.
The Randonautica app became popular as it allowed users to generate random coordinates.
I don't know why, but my
Silhouette walking through the yard. This unknown figure staggered past the camera, soon fading into the darkness of the night. While it does seem more likely that this was a living person rather than paranormal, the thought of an unknown stranger lurking outside after dark might be even more unsettling.
That looks like it's somebody sleepwalking because they're even in like a nightgown or something.
Yeah.
Number 3. The Randonautica app became popular as it allowed users to generate random coordinates near their location to explore. While the basic idea behind the app was to encourage people to go out and adventure, many users began to report
Did you ever try this app? Any of the apps that would lead you towards something?
Yes. We went a couple times geocaching.
Oh.
In around Hillsdale. And that's a lot of fun. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it, but I've never done it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they do it anymore. This would have been 20 years ago. But it was like me and my sister and my mom and Sandy. We would go out geocaching. It's fun.
Yeah.
strange coincidences and eerie experiences once they arrived at the court.
Did you ever find anything?
Yeah. They always have like weatherproof boxes or whatever, and then there's stuff in there that people leave, and then a little notebook, and you can put your name down and what date you were there, and then you can leave something or take something like a keychain or something. It's cool.
How fun.
A TikTok user named Julia decided to try it out with a few friends. Once the sun went down, they received their coordinates and hopped in the car to head to their random destination. But as they approached, something truly terrifying unfolded.
Up here. It's up here. It's like over there by the light, I think. Like that one. What? Let's see. What the Oh.
What is that?
What?
There's someone on the side of the road running.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Go.
As they drove down an empty road, they spotted a figure dressed in black standing in the distance. And as they got closer, this unsettling figure suddenly lunged towards the car. Everyone inside screamed in fear, as they definitely did not expect that to happen. If we slow down the footage, we can see that this unknown figure was wearing a metallic mask, clearly as a way to hide their identity. But was this chilling encounter actually related to the random coordinates generated by the app? And more importantly, why didn't Julia just run this freak over?
I think that was a muggle coincidence.
Yeah, definitely muggle.
Okay. Let's go one more.
Okay.
Number 4. 8 years ago, a rehab nurse named Shelby experienced something she would never forget. One night at the hospital, one of her patients sadly passed away. Shelby, along with other staff, carefully prepared the body for the family's final visit before it was taken away. The hallway outside the room was eerily silent, and no one was around. And later into the night, as Shelby sat at her desk, the call light from that very room suddenly turned on. A chill ran down her spine, but she walked to the room to turn it off. The call button was still hanging on the wall, right beside the woman's body. Returning to her station, she barely had time to process what had happened before the call light turned on again. Instead of walking back, she chose to answer it from the phone at her desk. But when she picked up, she wasn't prepared for what she heard on the other end. Coming from the speaker was an unsettling voice, which instantly sent chills across Shelby's body. She leaned in to listen closely, but unfortunately couldn't quite make out what this voice was saying. While all this was happening, no one was near the room. The TV was off and the door was closed. So whoever or whatever this voice belongs to remains a mystery. Number 5.
Wait,
After stumbling across
what?
That was weird. I think that was real.
Yeah. It was really weird that you couldn't even understand what they were saying.
Right.
to the room to turn it off. 8 years ago, a rehab nurse named Shelby experienced something she would never forget. One night at the hospital, one of her patients sadly passed away.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it said that they had passed away. So yeah, that is. I think that's real.
Yeah, I think that's real too.
Yeah.
They can transmit lots of freaky things. Like here in Kalamazoo, we have a hospital that is literally right next door to a cemetery. And a friend of mine and I were driving through the cemetery just, because we like paranormal shit. And we got towards the back corner where it was closest to the hospital. And the radio, it went all like it lost signal. And all of a sudden we started hearing people screaming, yelling, "No! Ah!" And it was not like a part of a commercial or anything. It was like coming out of the radio, and it was real. and then the music came back on, and I was like, "Oh my God, what did we just hear?"
Yeah, I think weird stuff comes through the radio. So that weird that alien UFO thing, something came through the radio. I was like,
yeah. Well, Amy, this was a ball of fun.
Yeah, this was fun. We'll have to do this again.
I can have Chad scope out videos for us so that neither of us has to see them beforehand and we can be surprised.
Yeah, that would be perfect because I would like to, I like to have things fresh and, I don't know, I like to come up with my thoughts on the sly too. It kind of feels like theater in a way to me. Like I like doing live things because it feels like theater. So.
Oh my God, Amy, it's like you and I are Waldorf and what's the other guy's name? From the Muppets, the two old guys in the balcony.
I can't think of his other name. I can't think of the other guy's name.
I can't either. Waldorf and something. Shit.
I'll be something. You can be Waldorf.
We're like them too. We're sitting up here critiquing everything.
Until next week, then.
Yeah.
Critique again. Okay, it was good talking to you, Shannon.
Oh yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you. It was such a great idea, Amy. You have a good week, and everyone, all our listeners, have a good week as well.
Okay, bye, Shannon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, be sure to do what she said and have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday, same time, same place. If nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I'm still going to tell you this. We love you guys so, so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me.
Here in the darkness, I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly. deep in the heart